Live from the Ball State News Center, this is NewsLink Indiana in high definition.
Welcome to NewsLink Indiana, and good evening. I'm Ashley Williams.
And I'm Dan Hahn. Thanks for joining us.
On Wednesday, Ball State University announced that it will be receiving upwards of $3 million from one of its distinguished alums to help fund a new program in the school's College of Business. Peter Hood has the details.
And along the way, every day, don't wait for your deathbed. Do things nice for the people you love, your friends, your family. Make their lives better, your community.
That was the advice that Papa John's founder John Schnatter gave to Ball State graduates in May. He's now putting his money where his mouth is. On Wednesday, the founder of one of America's largest pizza chains, along with the Charles Koch Foundation, announced a donation of $3.25 million to help fund the school's new Institute for Entrepreneurship and Free Enterprise. Here at the Miller College of Business, faculty advisor Dr. Cecil Bohannon says it's crucial for the school to be able to receive outside funding if they want to continue to compete with some of the top business schools in the country.
Just your run-of-the-mill generic colleges of business out there at NAC level schools ain't going to cut it anymore. You have to have something that makes it different. Now, we've had a strong, shall I say, history of entrepreneurship and entrepreneurial education here. And we've had a sort of strong history of good research in public relations, public presence in economics. And I think to continue that, getting some outside support is crucial.
The grant will be used to fund a learning academy, a leadership academy, 2 graduate assistants, and 4 tenured professors, among other things. Junior accounting and finance major Michael Kazmersak says he's very thankful for the partnership that the university has with Schnatter.
It's a big name, great household name, brings a lot of publicity and good credibility.
Reporting in Muncie, Peter Hood, NewsLink, Indiana.
Schnatter stated in a press release that he has always been grateful for the education he received at Ball State.
There is a new place to stop on campus, and not everyone wants to. It's the new 4-way stop on the north end of campus between McKinley and New York Avenue. It may have caught you by surprise this week. NewsLink Indiana's Cameron Riddle is live at the intersection with more.
Good evening. You know, at peak hours of the day, this stretch of Neely is a very busy place to be. So busy, in fact, that the city has added stop signs in all directions. Tonight, this new 4-way stop is coming with 2-way opinions. Driving through Ball State will take you a little longer after the city installed a new 4-way stop on Neely outside the rec center in Neuer Complex. Ball State officials say the change is part of a plan to increase safety on campus. The new 4-way stop was supposed to make crossing the street easier, but when it comes to that idea, not everyone is on the same side of the street.
I don't really like it just because there's more cars and kind of harder to cross the street because I feel like I have to look every direction now.
For cars going through, yeah, I could see that, but for students trying to cross, it's a little bit easier.
Others agree the change makes life easier for both walkers and drivers.
I think it was a great idea. Before it was definitely more dangerous if you were a pedestrian trying to walk through, and then also trying to turn left out of either side was very difficult.
It's not difficult. It wasn't difficult before, and it didn't make it any more difficult. It's still about just as easy to walk through.
And this new 4-way stop is just the latest change to traffic patterns in the Ball State campus. You'll remember back in October when a turn arrow was added to the scramble light, and soon the speed limit on this street and on Neely Avenue will be reduced to 20 miles per hour. Reporting live on Neely Avenue, I'm Cameron Riddle, NewsLink Indiana.
In addition to those changes, it was recently announced that Neely Avenue to the east will be getting a makeover. Will there be warmer weather coming up? Seth, tell us more.
Yeah, Dan, I'll tell you what, I think a warm weather type of flow will be coming our way. So right now, let's take a look. It's 37 right now with winds coming in from the south at 6 miles per hour, which is making it feel a little colder at 32 degrees. Now let's take a look at the local radar. Not much to worry about, but as we get a broader look at the Midwest weather, we see that there is snow and rain to the north and southeast, and that tail end could hit us in a little bit. But let's take a look at the national radar, and we see that there's not much green on here, which is good news for us for the upcoming days. All right, so let's take a look at what's going to come up. We're going to see some clearing skies with a weekend warm-up as well with some possible rain in my 7-day forecast, guys.
An Indianapolis public school guidance counselor faces child seduction charges for allegedly engaging in sexual conduct with two teenage students. The charges come after 37-year-old Shauna Taylor allegedly engaged in sexual conduct with two 16-year-old students. The Indianapolis Star reports, court records show, school officials waited 6 days to report the allegations to state child welfare officials. Indiana law requires some schools to immediately report suspected child abuse. Taylor's attorney says she plans to take responsibility for her alleged actions.
A proposed bill has already drawn intense backlash from teachers' unions. Republican Senate President David Long says the legislator is viewed as anti-teacher. Long made that comment Thursday before the House considered the new bill. This bill would grant Indiana school districts the authority to negotiate higher with pay with individual teachers. Long says the relationship between the lawmakers and teachers have been damaged in recent years. Long says lawmakers need to collaborate with educators before moving forward with the bill.
Indiana officially has a new lieutenant governor. Former Indiana Republican Chairman Eric Holcomb took office this afternoon. Holcomb replaced Sue Ellspermann in a midterm transition. Indiana Governor Mike Pence said Holcomb was top aide for former Governor Mitch Daniels, and U.S. Senator Dan Coates helped him prepare for the position. Ellspermann resigned Wednesday and is applying to be Ivy Tech Community College's new president.
Coming up, find out how one man owes his life to 4 feet of water.
And find out what Cornerstone is doing for arts appreciation when Newslink Indiana returns.
Doesn't see race. Love is love.
So I've come up with a family emergency plan.
Great. What is it?
It's difficult to talk about, so I'm not telling you.
How will we know what to do?
You won't.
I'm so glad I won't have to remember anything.
And me too. Thanks for this, sweetie.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Purdue University is being sued by a fraternity on its campus. The Kappa Sigma fraternity filed the lawsuit last Friday for allegations that the school unfairly sanctioned the fraternity over an incident from last winter. The fraternity alleges that the university did not allow the fully defend itself against the claims that an underage student was served alcohol at its chapter house. The chapter is seeking damages in all records related to the university's investigation of the incident.
Mitt Romney delivered a speech today urging Americans to make the right choices and not support current GOP frontrunner Donald Trump. Donald Trump responded. Scott McClendon breaks down the speech and Trump's reaction in a report from Washington.
Donald Trump is a phony, a fraud.
Donald Trump's plan to win the GOP nomination just got hit by an incoming attack from Mitt Romney.
He's playing the members of the American public for suckers. He gets a free ride to the White House, and all we get is a lousy hat.
Today, Romney threw himself back into the discussion, not to back another candidate, but to take Donald Trump out, attacking his policies and personality.
Watch, by the way, how he responds to my speech today. This may tell you what you need to know about his temperament, his stability, and his suitability to be president.
As expected, Trump firing back at a rally in Portland, Maine.
Mitt is a failed candidate. He failed. He failed horribly.
Trump spent more than 10 minutes rebutting Romney's attacks and suggested Romney still has political ambitions.
We can't take another loss. And Mitt is indeed a joke artist.
It is a far cry from 2012, when Romney sought Trump's blessing while running for president.
Being in Donald Trump's magnificent hotel and having his endorsement is a delight.
4 years later, Romney now leading the effort to discredit Trump. But has it come too late? Trump cruised to wins in 7 states on Super Tuesday. He now has a quarter of the delegates needed to win the nomination. We're sure to hear more tonight when the 4 Republican contenders debate in Detroit. In Washington, I'm Scott McLean.
The Cornerstone Center for the Arts has a lot to offer that many people may not know about. Newslink Indiana's Brittany Ehrman is live in downtown Muncie with a look at some of their unique offerings.
Ashley, Cornerstone is packed with so many different opportunities for people who want to learn about the arts. One of them, ballroom dancing. As you can take a look behind me, there's a ballroom dancing class taking place right now. And tonight, they're learning the rumba. Now, this is one of many different opportunities that Cornerstone has to offer. They have different classes like martial arts classes, ballet classes, and even visual arts classes. Now, Community Director of Cornerstone Center of the Arts, Jeff Robinson, says this is a great opportunity for children to gain more skills than the average person may not think.
Children need to be fed, children need to be housed, they need to be clothed, but they also need to be nurtured. And nurturing is done through the arts. In particular, too, it helps with educational opportunities. So, in fact, art and fostering the arts helps in education. Students who take arts education score higher in math, science. They learn critical thinking skills. They learn to think outside the box.
Well, if you want to leave, I can watch for you.
Now, Robinson also explained to me that the Cornerstone Center for the Arts gives a lot of different opportunities for the community. Now, this gives an opportunity for people in Muncie to come down to downtown Muncie and view art that they might have never seen before. Reporting live in downtown Muncie, Brittany Ehrman, Newslink, Indiana.
For more information on the different programs that the Cornerstone Center for the Arts has to offer, you can visit their website at www.cornerstonearts.org.
An Indiana man is recovering from an 11-story fall in Panama City Beach, Florida, Tuesday night. Mark Heffley of Greenwood, Indiana, fell into a small, shallow pool from his condominium. Authorities say he lost his footing after stretching on the balcony rail. Heffley pulled himself out of the pool after the fall, but was still admitted to the local hospital. His condition is still unavailable, but police do not believe alcohol was involved in the incident. A Ball State women's basketball player is creating record-breaking memories.
And we'll find out if winter will ever end when Newslink Indiana returns with your full spring forecast after the break.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Superstition says that if the groundhog sees his shadow while coming out of his burrow, there will be 6 more weeks of winter weather. This year it didn't, and yet it still snow a month later. David K. Jones has more.
The month of March, the weather typically gets warmer, leaves go back, flowers on the ground, but not this March. It's March 3rd, and yet we had more snow this morning.
Usually I like to go by, like, whenever it's finally spring, I usually go by, like, the weather rather than the actual months, because, I don't know, if there's still snow, then, like, I just don't really think that's really spring yet.
Spring looks like warm weather, sunshine, flowers, just all around good time, like maybe a picnic, things like that.
Vibrant, around like 60s, 70s, flowers, sun shining, just, nice.
Now, while spring break approaches for Ball State, many students are traveling south for their destinations such as Florida, Georgia, or even Texas. Here in Muncie, it's still cold. In Muncie, Newslink, Indiana, David K. Jones.
For all those traveling somewhere warm, and those in Muncie hope to share a bit of warmth.
Man, I sure hope it gets warm here soon.
I sure hope so too. It's been cold out there like today. Seth, will there ever feel like spring?
And I'll tell you what, guys, I think the spring weather, at least the warmth, should be coming here in the next few days. Let's take a look at what the high was today. The high, 38, the low of 28. It's pretty close to our local averages here in Muncie of 43 and 26, and not very close to the average of 77 or -5. Let's take a look at the national temperatures. We see out west, they really do have that warm front coming, but here in Muncie, it is pretty cold in the Midwest here at 37 degrees. And we'll take a look at the Indiana temperatures. We'll see that Muncie is here again at 37, with Indianapolis being at 39, Fort Wayne at 32, and Kokomo at 36. And once again, out west, you see Terre Haute is having that warmer weather there at 41 degrees. So let's see what the current temperature here at Ball State is. We see that the snow has melted off of Ball State's campus from earlier today with the above freezing temperature of 37 degrees. But once again, with winds coming out of the south at 7 miles per hour, it is making it feel a little bit chillier than it actually is out there. So let's take a look at the local radar. We see that there's not much precipitation. There's a little bit of snow to the north, but we'll see that over here that the snow to the north might come get us at its tail end over here. And once again, that national radar not having much rain or snow on it. Let's take a look at the future cast. We see that we might have some rain and snow here right now, but it will just be cloudy into Friday. Later on into Saturday, might have a little bit more precipitation in the morning, but that should be melted off by the time that we get to classes on Friday. So let's see, tonight we'll have an average temperature of 30 degrees with snow flurries, but all those flurries should be melted off with the above freezing temperatures of 39 degrees. So let's go ahead and look at the 7-day forecast. We see that it's going to be 39 degrees on Friday, and then moving on into Saturday and Sunday, starting our spring break, we're going to have a little bit of warm up, a little bit of rain coming on.
I sure hope the rain and the snow doesn't last too long.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm ready to see some sun.
Coming up, it's a busy spring break for Ball State softball.
And a Ball State basketball player is wrapping up her senior season with a smile. Find out why after the break.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were little, but things changed. Teaching didn't seem that cool anymore, so you decided to become something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Amazing things are happening in teaching, so it's time to put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Welcome back. I'm Brittany Forrest with your sports. Senior guard Natalie Fontaine needed 23 points to break the school record for career points. The native from Stockholm, Sweden couldn't have had a bigger stage to do it on than her own senior night, where she played her last game in front of her family. She had this to say about the memorable night.
It's big. Feels good. Probably feels better than I think it would. I'm excited and happy that it happened on senior night and on my home court. I felt like I kind of had to. It wouldn't have been the same if it was like the next game or something. But yeah, no, I'm happy they were here to witness it. I think they're probably more happy than I was.
Fontaine and the Cardinals traveled to Toledo to face the Rockets in their regular season finale. Fontaine is 8 points away from reaching the 3,000 points milestone. Ball State men's basketball team is headed to Northern Illinois tomorrow to play its final game of the season. This is what the MAC standings look as of right now. In order for the Cardinals to share the West Division title with Central Michigan, the Chippewas need to lose to its game tomorrow against Western Michigan. As for the MAC tournament seeding, Ball State will need Kent State, Central Michigan, and Ohio to lose for them to get a bye round to Cleveland. Ball State gymnastics team traveled to the West Coast this weekend to take on the Seattle Pacific in Oregon. Team leaders Denasia Christian and Sarah Ebeyer both scored high on the vote at the last meet, and they are expected to lead the team to another victory. After spring break, MAC championships will be held here in Muncie. The date is set for March 19th at 2 p.m. in Worthen Arena. The baseball team is gearing up for the Chancellor Classic this weekend. The tournament will be held in Conway, South Carolina, right outside of Myrtle Beach. The Cardinals are 3-5 so far after losing their last matchup against George Washington. Colin Brockhouse walked 3 batters and had an earned run in 6 innings pitched. Caleb Staten batting .406 and 12 RBIs. Ball State plays number 13 ranked Ole Miss on Friday at noon. Ball State's softball team flies south this spring break. The Cardinals have 11-game trips set out for them. They'll be making stops in Orlando and Jacksonville for the tournament. Their opponents include Florida Gulf Coast, Notre Dame, and Illinois State. Catcher Madison Lee leads the team in the batting average, hitting .444, and Amanda Arnett leads the team with 18 hits. The Cardinals start off the tournament this weekend against Stony Brook at Fort Myers, Florida at 2 p.m. So what do you guys think about Natalie Fontaine breaking the school record?
That's amazing. It's incredible.
Yeah, I sure hope to see a lot more Ball State students try to beat her record.
Oh, definitely.
It's really exciting. One of America's favorite candies is celebrating a big birthday in a big way.
And find out what you can do for your spring break when the beach is out of reach.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish!
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self, and I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Spring break is only one day away, and Ball State students are ready to vacation. Ball State's University Program Board put together a Paradise Prep yesterday to help students get ready for the upcoming break. There was food, games, and even a motorized surfboard. While many students are excited to be catching flights and getting far away from campus, a few students are just happy for the opportunity to take a break from their studies.
I prefer not to go anywhere just because I've been in college and I just want to see my family now.
Tourist destinations like Florida, California, and even Colorado offer an escape from the Midwest for many, but for those staying home, there are many different ways to keep entertained. While most students will be catching real waves, some will be spending their break relaxing and hanging out with friends cost-free.
You can kick it at your crib, invite a couple people over and just turn up and save a lot of money. So.
For those people staying in the city over break, there are a lot of inexpensive options to ensure having a good time. You could make a photo album, play some board games, or even try to learn a new recipe. You can check out Muncie's event calendar for more fun in the sun this spring break. To find out more information about events happening in Muncie over break, you can check out munciecalendar.com. M&M's turned 75 years old today. Mars is celebrating by bringing new varieties of the bite-sized chocolates to stores. The company launched a campaign asking customers to vote between chili nut, coffee nut, and honey nut flavored M&M's. Other new flavors, fillings, textures, and colors are on the way. A transition to all-natural coloring is also expected in the next 5 years. Starting tomorrow at 7:30 p.m., the Muncie Civics Youth Theater Education Program will present Guys and Dolls Jr. on the main stage. The last day to see the play will be March 6th at 7:30 p.m. Seating is general admission, and tickets are $6 for all ages. However, you can purchase tickets for both Guys and Dolls Jr. and Winnie the Pooh, which begins March 11th, for the combo price of $10 through the box office. And if you're still trying to make plans for tonight, head on over to Be Here Now. The venue is hosting an EDMC music event called Spark, welcoming the arrival of spring. Spark is an electronic music event. There is a $5 cover for ages 21 and older and a $10 cover for ages 18 and up. There will be a new DJ who brings nothing but solid vibes. The event will begin at 9 p.m. and will continue until 2:45 a.m.
I wonder what the weather will be like for spring break here in Muncie.
I hope it's going to be a lot more sun.
Well, I can't promise sunshine, but I can promise it will warm up a little bit. As we can see, it'll be 63 on Monday, 65 on Tuesday, and 62 on Wednesday, but with a high percentage of rain, unfortunately, guys.
That's all for tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to watch tomorrow night at 9 p.m. right here at Cardinal Vision.
And be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Have a good night.